Welcome back. In this module, we're going to dive deeper into understanding occupational standards and how they connect to the latest technologies in your professional sector. Occupational standards are the benchmarks that outline the knowledge, skills, and competencies required for specific jobs in a sector. For TVET teachers, these standards form the foundation of your teaching. By aligning your teaching with these standards, you ensure that your students are learning the skills that meet industry requirements and expectations. So how do you identify the relevant occupational standards for your sector in a developing country? Start by reaching out to your local government's education or labor offices, as they often have resources and guidelines tailored to the local context. Additionally, connect with national vocational training institutions or local industry associations, which can provide valuable information on current standards for various trades. These organizations may publish reports or host workshops to share the latest industry standards and practices relevant to your region. Once you've identified the standards, evaluate them. Ask yourself, do these standards reflect the current needs of the industry? Do they match the skills required in your local job market? Use these standards as a guide to structure your lesson plans and assessments, ensuring your students meet the competencies required for the jobs they'll be applying for. In today's fast-paced industries, technology is evolving quickly. As a TVET teacher, you need to stay informed about the latest technologies that are being adopted in your sector. But how do you ensure that your teaching stays aligned with these changes? First, review your sector's occupational standards and see how they integrate technology. Do these standards reflect the new tools or machinery your students will encounter in the workplace? If not, you'll need to adapt your teaching methods and materials. It's also important to evaluate emerging technologies. Attend industry events, read sector reports, and network with professionals to stay ahead of the curve. Once you're familiar with these new technologies, think about how they can be incorporated into your teaching. Remember, your students will be entering a workplace where they need to understand not only current practices, but also emerging technologies that will shape the future of their trade. By incorporating both occupational standards and emerging technologies into your lessons, you help your students build the skills they need for success in the modern workplace. In today's rapidly evolving vocational landscape, it is essential for educators to identify occupational standards that align with industry expectations. This involves not only recognizing the skills and knowledge required, but also assessing the relevance to your sector to ensure that the curriculum meets current demands. By continuously integrating emerging technologies into your teaching practices, you enhance the learning experience and provide students with the tools they need. Ultimately, your goal is to prepare students for the future, equipping them with the competencies necessary to thrive in an ever-changing workforce. Now, let's take a moment to pause and reflect. For each question, take a few minutes to think deeply about your current teaching practice and how you can make improvements. Are the standards you teach truly preparing your students for their specific vocational paths? Pause and consider how effectively your curriculum meets their needs. How regularly do you review and update your understanding of occupational standards, and what resources do you use? Pause here to reflect on your current practices and their effectiveness. What steps do you take to ensure that the technologies you are teaching are relevant and up to date with industry needs? Pause and reflect on the specific actions you implement. What specific examples of outdated technologies or practices have you replaced in your teaching, and what impact has this had on student outcomes? Pause and consider the effectiveness of these changes. Thanks for joining us in this module on occupational standards. Remember, aligning your teaching with industry needs is key to preparing your students for success. In the next module, we'll dive into how to evaluate and integrate emerging technologies into your lesson plans and assessments. It's going to be exciting, and we can't wait to see you there. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content on vocational education and training. Stay connected by turning on notifications so you never miss an update. This video was created by Ken Biddington, TVET Specialist at TVET International Inc. If you have any questions or want to learn more, feel free to reach out to him directly via email or visit his website. See below. Thanks again for your support, and we look forward to helping you enhance your skills as a TVET educator.